Hello,
And
hello.
I think we're live. Yeah. Okay, brain rot away. We need a
Brain rot
cleanse.
away.
Okay. Okay. So without further ado, let us introduce our guest right away. If you'll notice, we started this podcast episode without JS. Or is this JS? No. No.
The
JS is
new
there in
and
the background.
improved.
2.0, DJ Lumpia.
Yeah, 2.0.
Of
Yeah.
course.
What's up, chat?
We we have here today Raphael Carizo. So he has been with Brushpoint for quite some time. He started out in the Brushpoint Academy. Then we met later on as alumni, and then here we are now. So brief intro to Raf. He is a illustrator and game artist, and he has worked for people like System Studios, Humble Squid, and currently he works with Play and Go. So here we are, Raf. So that's my brief introduction for you, Raf. You have anything you want to say to the audience before we start?
Up, chat? I'm here. I'm really excited to be talking about a lot of things, especially being in the community for so long. I think it's really exciting to see my face up here.
Yeah,
How about
yeah.
Steph?
Wow.
Bound to happen.
You've
Bound
been
to
in the
happen.
background. Yeah, you've been in background
Yeah.
for quite some time. Now you're finally here as a guest. It's
Oh
about
my
time.
god! Oh my
Yeah.
god! Oh my god!
You know, Red, remember when you guys used to do like interviews with your past students in Brushpoint? I was like, when is Raf
Yeah.
gonna come up? This is it. He's finally here.
The
Yeah.
funny thing, I was supposed to have uh I don't think it was an interview, but it was like a feedback session back in 2019 or 2020.
Yeah.
Then I just saw that um email from Brushpoint 3 years after. So I was surprised they weren't angry at me at all. I was telling them, "Oh God, guys, I just realized you guys sent me an email regarding like a feedback session. I didn't reply whatsoever, and I'm surprised you're not angry at me. I actually
Oh,
did not notice.
he was one of those people. I know there's
Hey,
people
I
Maybe
that
we
didn't know.
were, but we don't remember.
Ah, that's good.
No, no, no.
But
uh,
yeah,
but from that, as a student, you've gotten so much experience, and which is why you were invited for today's topic, which is adapting to different team cultures and structures. So, why is this something that we should talk about today? Maybe we can break the ice with that. What's it like, or where have you guys worked? Can you guys give like a range of the teams you've worked with, like the number of people, the scale, and how? Like, was there any glaring differences? Did you have to change, and why? Anything that stood out for you. I guess I can start with
sure.
why I can like talk strongly about this because I started again in graphic design, so it's very corporate. So the culture was very corporate, even though they said "We're not that corporate." Yeah, they were interested in advertising. So with that, you can't really, us how we artists are very animated, and just before we were live, we were very brain rotted. Yeah, you can't do that in
The
corporate setting,
animation.
unfortunately. Yep,
Everything's too
frame by
perfect.
frame.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to hear. I want to hear Red's experience. You have?
Yeah, your turn, Red.
Your
Well, I
turn.
mean, I have been collaborating with a lot of people throughout digital art, from even in the corporate world, in also of course traditionally, and that has been quite a roller coaster of a lot of different styles, people, and I guess that's what we'll dive into later on how collaborating and adapting to other people in this podcast. So yeah, I guess just
Yeah.
a very brief intro.
Yeah.
How about you, Raf? What made you feel strongly about this topic?
For me, I
Because I
think.
think you chose
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Continue.
No, 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 no. Like, yeah. What made you feel strongly about this topic?
For me, I think I can strongly say that I do have a lot of experience, but there are thing like times where it can be like very brief. Since I've started with just doing freelancing, working on my own,
Mm.
then skip school, went into a studio working with like less than 30 people, though I mainly just work with the an art lead or like some other artists, so it's like 3 to 4 people.
Yeah.
Then went back to like freelancing again, mainly just doing things on my own again. But like you still have to collaborate and with the art director and the client's feedbacks and like different cultures. Actually, I've worked with different cultures, though I'm not sure if
Literally, like different
yeah,
cultures by that, like
yeah,
different
like
races.
yeah, like Spanish people, Singaporean people, what else? For like
It,
our own local, local people. And I think I can see a lot of like difference on how we like collaborate, how we work, and sometimes you can find a lot of things that you can say that uh, it's quite hard depending on what culture you are working with. But
Mm.
mm,
that at the end of the day, you really have to make it work and like know them personally. So like understanding how they work, how can you adapt, and I think that's the best course of action since like, in art we're making products, something that can be enjoyed, can be memorable to other people. So we really have to make it work in terms of like team structures.
Yeah, and I think art in general is supposed to be shared among other artists as well.
Yeah,
To make it more collaborative, and I think that's why this topic is quite important on how we can navigate through different people, different styles, different attitudes, and yeah, all that jazz. So yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
We can go through each extreme, like from what the experience is working with a small team versus with like a lot of people steering the
Hmm.
pot. You know, there are like volatilities to both.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, yeah. But with Raf's unique experience, he's currently, I think, wait, am I correct in saying, Raf, that you're working in a big team or is it a medium team right now?
I could say it's it's a big company, but I think it's also somewhat like a big mid to big team because before like, you could work with
Mhm.
2 other artists, but now it's not just artists, it can be like developers, can be animators, producers.
Mm.
And I think having that structure can be quite difficult since you're not just trying to understand or collaborate with other artists on how could you make one art piece work, but also considering other departments. It can be quite stressful, but it's fulfilling for me.
Okay.
Especially I really like to like talk to people, collaborate with people.
Okay. So you said earlier you had experience also working with a small team and now you're working with a big company, but it's more tailor fit, right?
Yeah.
So what was the difference, or like did you uh did you notice anything different in how you perform? What did you favor more, or what did you like from both? What did you not like from each? Let's start with
Yeah.
the small team.
With small teams, it's a lot easier actually, unless there's like some complications in terms of like your outputs. But you can really go hand in hand with like 2 or 3 people, and you can brainstorm together, and you can make it work since most likely you would like the same things. And
Hmm.
if you like you don't like unfamiliar with some other things, you can explore it. So you really learn a lot from collaborating with uh, a smaller team as well.
Okay.
For bigger teams now, I think it's really quite different. It can be like also artists, but in my experience, it's not just artists. So you really have to like think of in a way that it's not just something an artist would know, but
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
some people that like who is entirely not creative.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's really hard to translate that. So you have to find ways to say things or um, translate jargons to them. So
Yeah.
collaboration is a lot easier.
And then vice versa, they have to
Yeah,
translate some of their jargon to you so that you can
yeah,
apply it. So
yeah,
what Raf just said, that's sort of what shocks people when they start working, like after school or like when they're new, when they transition into the creative industry. They're surprised that sometimes when they start in indie, uh, you have a lot of hats, or that doesn't have to be necessarily indie, but even in like other bigger studios, you're not just an artist. Even though you are there as an artist, that's your job title. You also have to consider the pipeline or the bigger scheme of the game.
yeah,
You're not working in isolation most of the
yeah,
time. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
so yeah, that's important because first you can't cause the mechanism to like break down if you become like a bottleneck that way,
yeah,
if you're a contractor, you kind of work in isolation, but you're still being directed by an art lead or a creative director, like what happens with in my studio, right?
yeah.
So why is that important? Aside from not causing the whole system to go up in flames, you're not wasting time that way, because if you're easy, quote unquote, to work with, or you work better with people, that you're more open to working with other people, uh you're more efficient as a team, you contribute faster, you're right.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, what do you prefer, because you've done both? You've worked in isolation and you've worked with a big team, so before, when you were freelancing back then, right, they'd give you a brief, how does that compare to working with a team?
No, to be honest, I think I'm still on the stage of like exploring more to it, but
Yeah.
currently I really prefer let's say something meaningful for me. I think I would prefer like working on it alone or maybe in a smaller team.
Mm.
But when it comes to like
Mm.
something big, like I have this thing where I wanna build something or contribute this to this one project. I really like working in a team because I feel like that opens a lot of things for me where I actually just don't learn the art side, but I also learn a lot of like technical stuff and things in building games, which I really like and something that I want to do personally. So it's not something that I prefer one over the other, but it also depends on how or what kind of project I'm in.
Mm.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Okay. To add to that, Red, do you have anything?
Um, like if I also prefer what?
No, from your experience, how
yeah,
did it differ? Because you worked in fine art, and
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, that you're working in isolation when you do that, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But then, like, when everything comes to the show, and then you finally meet those artists, it's a different story. But yeah, mostly when I meant collaborating in the traditional scene, I was talking about my experience in doing murals, and it was
Oh,
really
cool.
an eye-opening experience where a lot of like-minded people just come to one place and talk about their interests, talk about, artists, talk about different styles, talk about tips, tricks, and all that. And it's such a fun and enlightening experience if you've ever gone to cons. You meet people who also like things you like, and it's just, you feel kind of welcomed as well. So it's such a nice uh, feeling to be with a big group or a team of people who are also great in art. So yeah.
I think that was an example of when like there isn't really much constraint. Like everything goes because it's a mural, right? They're
Yeah.
hiring you guys for you guys, your skill, and just
Mm.
collab and see what happens, right? I think I can give the other side of the spectrum where there are other heads clashing with each other as a creative, because as creatives, oh yeah, especially in game dev, there are a lot of things that can, I won't say go wrong, but like you can hit a wall because your director says something, but your art lead says otherwise.
Mm.
That happened to me last couple of weeks because I was following my art lead and my creative director comes in late because he's busy doing other things, right? He can't always watch every project. Like, why is this like this? No, if you look at references, there's nothing like that in real life. There's no straight angles all the time.
Mm.
So, but then my then and then so it's a whole cluster mug. I don't want to say the F word, but yeah. Right.
Yeah, yeah,
So what do you do when that happens, right? Like no one trains you for this shit. Like they didn't teach
Yeah.
you that in school. Sure, you can butt heads with your group mates, but when there's money and when there's a boss breathing down your neck, what do? Right? So what I learned is learned helplessness. Sometimes I just need to tell like, okay, art lead, I know you told me this, but then our boss said do this. Is there a way where I can compromise? And then we talk it out. Like you gotta communicate, because I've also seen other workmates who don't like to communicate, and then they get like a mouthful
Oh
from art
yeah.
lead.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
they'll say like, "Oh yeah, I got it," and then turns out they don't got it.
Yeah.
So
When
that
it happens.
it happens, man. So uh, I'm not gonna say don't be that artist, that type of workmate, but there are consequences, because when you do that, you hold up the entire pipeline.
Yeah.
That's what happened to that other workmate. Like instead of something that should have lasted for 30 minutes, it lasted them hours because they were not because of all the back and forth. If he just communicated, it would have just taken 30 minutes for that task. So those are like some of the pitfalls that you can
Yeah.
fall into in
But I
case.
mean
Yeah,
that's why we're also talking about it, since I
yeah,
mean to know those types of people exist as well and how to navigate, through, or navigate through them. Yeah, I guess.
yeah,
So it's something that's, I guess, inevitable. Like in such a big company or group, it, there's so much mix that comes into it. So it's something that we need to learn to go through it. And yeah,
I
we're
actually
talking about.
have something to share because it's funny when Justin was talking about, because I also had like the same experience just actually this week, because it's so funny when I was like talking to my boss, and every time we have this kinds of conversations where all of the people in the production is in the same call. And what I noticed is that um different countries, different people have their own different cultures. And one thing that standed out for me, which I don't think it's like a stereotype to our people, to us Filipinos, but it can also like differ like, to other peoples or how they are raised. But one thing that I noticed in uh for us locals is that it's really hard to communicate in like in a professional setting. Though that's just based on my observation on how I noticed our production team and what our leads tell us, because our producers keep saying, guys, we really have to over communicate. It doesn't hurt to over communicate because there's a lot of bottlenecks when we don't
Mm,
communicate properly,
yeah,
where there are some instances where it's like what Justin said, that if we, let's say, we didn't communicate this type of like, I don't know, like a problem, right? You're like, I don't know what's happening, but like let's just go with what I know, right? But there are some changes up in the structure, and you didn't know that. It's going to
yeah,
be a problem, right? Especially in like bigger studios where there's a lot of like pipelines. Like it can
Mhm.
be like from art to animation to the devs to the higher ups, the strategy and those kind of things. And if as artists, since we are going to be, from what I saw, is going to be one of the first few pipelines along the whole production. If something goes wrong in the art side, it's going to bottleneck the whole project, right? So
Mhm.
like from what I'm like trying to um learn myself is to like really over communicate a lot of things. I don't think everyone or anyone would get angry about it unless
Mm,
like they
true.
could be an a-hole, just like what my lead said. Because if they don't like communicate enough with you and you also don't
Mhm.
communicate enough with them, it's going to be a hard time, especially where in a project where we are all collaborating. So we should know everything, not everything or anything that's within our grounds of responsibilities to like make the whole production work. And with little to no issues, having that kind of skill is very beneficial in a team in any kind of structure whatsoever, right?
To add to that, no, it's not like a diss on our culture, like what Rafa said, right? But I
Yeah.
kind of notice we have a toxic trait as Filipinos where we're too shy to say that something is not working, or when we're like not comfy with doing a task, or like when we're having trouble. I noticed
Yeah.
that in that's a Filipino thing. The term is hea. I don't know. Hea doesn't really translate to embarrassment or shyness. There's a sense of that no, no, I'll handle this myself. I shouldn't bother my higher up. In my studio, my bosses are like always send whips. You have to communicate when something is troubling you. If you're hitting a wall, you don't work in a vacuum. There, that's a
Yeah,
term they always use.
Mm,
Yeah, because they can't help me if they don't know what I'm having trouble with. And then if they can't help me, I'm gonna hold up production. I'm gonna waste time. I'm gonna waste money. Right.
yeah,
So it's a good thing that me along with other of my juniors, we don't really do that anymore, but we used to. We learned that uh, as we went along. So if you're starting out, uh, don't be afraid to say that you don't understand something, or like you're having trouble with something, right?
yeah,
Uh, one more example, I guess. Well, I can talk about working with whites versus working with Filipinos, because the whites, they're more outspoken. I noticed that. I've worked with Americans. I've worked with Canadians. I've worked with sort of Australian. I've worked with Taiwanese people, Chinese people. They're very different with how they want and say things. Back in my corporate job, the Chinese people are more, they're more bloody. They'll give you like a whole page of feedback. That's what I noticed, because they're very concise, but they sort of they sort of I don't want to say overcomplicated, but yeah, they're very detailed. Whites, the Americans, they're more like, they're broad, but they'll be straight to the point as well. They won't give you an essay of things to do. They'll make you figure out the in betweens, but they'll give you the broad stroke. They're not afraid to say when something looks like shit. Uh, I know other cultures are more polite. I know the Chinese are more polite, I think, because they when they use the term simple, that's not exactly a good thing. I learned that from like my boss in my first job. Like, really? I thought simple was like okay. Now when they say something is simple, that means something it's not cool enough, right? So that
kulang,
was something.
like
Yeah,
in our language. Yeah.
yeah, kulang, diba? So that was something that was new to me, coming from our culture in the Philippines. So uh, what else did I? So right now in my current setup, they're more my bosses are more like upfront with giving
Mm.
me feedback along with everyone else. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. They don't hold back. And you're really gonna have to, like the saying that it's just work, don't take it personal. Because that's what it is to them. To the other cultures, you know. Here I think Filipinos, they tend to hold grudges. I can say that because I'm a Filipino and I've seen that happen in workplaces. I can
Yeah.
talk shit all I want about Filipinos. Yeah, yeah. Where other cultures, I don't think it's the way. For the Chinese, for the Australians, they don't. I think they don't hold grudges. You know, when I used to work for them, uh, but the Chinese are like workhorses. Maybe that reflects their culture too. Like they give you like detailed feedback, like pages and pages of feedback, because in their culture they're taught that way, repetition after repetition. If you've seen Chinese artists, how much they draw, have you seen Bruce Lee's workout? It's very methodical. So, and it reflects our culture. Us Filipinos, I don't want to say we're scrambled, but yeah, sometimes I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but we're too personal. We take it too personal. Yeah. How about you,
Eh,
Raf?
yeah.
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 Did did you notice or witness any of that when working with other Filipinos under different cultures? How did they react to taking feedback from higher ups from other cultures?
To be honest, in my case, I think a lot of the artists that I know takes feedback really well, and some are actually very professional, and they do have a lot of like suggestions whenever like they do get feedback, suggest something, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
It
What can
doesn't
we
work.
do?
Yeah.
But if it
Yeah.
works, that's good. That at least they're able to like um contribute in a way where you can bounce back ideas with an art director. But other than that, I think something that I've also thought about in regarding the culture of our country is that um this is just something that I've noticed
Mm-hmm.
regarding like you know work cultures here, and that we still have that hierarchical
Oh,
respect or how
yeah.
we treat other people. But when I was like talking to my boss and say that asking me why do we still uh, put so much thought into how we see hierarchy when all of us can just like show respect to each other. And sometimes being in a hierarchy is that it's really hard to um talk to them or like say something that's something that we let's say we want to suggest something, right? Sometimes really hard because like you respect them, and it some people, or maybe it's just me, that maybe I'll just look stupid if I suggest it, right?
Yeah.
It's like
There's that fear.
really there's that fear in us. Maybe not all. Maybe there are some people that can relate to it. But for me, I've realized and was just made aware of it that whenever I try to like say something, let's say something is wrong, I'm scared because maybe that's how I grew up. Because like some Filipinos
Yeah. We
can be
can't
Be
say
toxic.
mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You're like you don't talk back to your parents like that. I think that's pretty common for us, you know.
yeah.
So
It's an
maybe
Asian
we like
thing. Yeah.
yeah,
And
like
then it translates into the corporate or in
yeah,
our work environment where we can't
Yeah.
say this to,
yeah.
our
The high.
lead or whoever. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gotta take a break from drawing.
Same. I was I started taking a break because I
It's
only
hard to
was
talk.
able yeah,
Right. Because
right,
our
right.
Yeah, at
brain.
least I'm done uh drawing right now. One sec. Let me
Yeah.
turn off
I just
my
made two
camera real quick.
memes. Ah,
Yeah.
I'm good with
Oh,
that.
oh, we have Demon's art. I think this is Demon's art on the magma board. Jerome.
I don't think that's no, that's not
Is
famous.
okay. Okay,
Hello,
so
Jerome.
someone's hello, Jerome. Uh, because he was during the gas mask. So on the topic that you just said, uh, with with everything that you've experienced so far with that, what's your ideal or dream team or project structure, Raf? Like in the best case scenario, if you were to work on something that's really close to your heart, you've got skin in the game. What would your ideal structure and team setup be?
To be honest, I've not have enough experience at all, or like something I've discovered in myself. But it's more of like I just want to stay in a place where it may be big or a small structure, as long as I am able to learn something new and grow from it. And I think the structure doesn't really matter to me because I just want to contribute to making something, you know. I feel like being able to contribute where
Mm,
you like doing it, or it's something that you're proud of,
Mm.
uh, puts a lot of meaning to my life as an artist, and being able to see uh, the contributions that I did being played by people. I feel like that's really like close to my heart, and being able to like work with a team in a way where we also know or learn about each other is something that's important to me as well. It doesn't really like the team structure or how big it is doesn't really
mm,
matter. I just really want to like learn or like meet new people, and I
Yeah.
find it very exciting to this person has a life, he has thoughts, behavior, just like all of us. Parang I feel like that's really meaningful to me.
mhm.
How about you guys?
Yeah.
You guys have like
Yeah,
any
like
preference?
Go right.
I feel the same way. It needs to feel really like a collaboration instead of you just taking orders and not learning so much and just, biting it, biting down the feedback and just,
Yeah, like we just
doing
gonna
your
do it.
day-to-day job but not really enjoying it. So, yeah, I am in the same boat wherein I feel like it should feel fulfilling to be in that um, space as well. I want to be wrong at the same time, but I want my wrongs to be because I wasn't learning enough, and the people there would teach me how to be better in or a way to fix whatever that mistake I've done. I
Yeah,
feel such a immense growth in that um, environment. Yeah.
it's really. I think it's a fun thought where mistakes are not failures at all. It's just a way for us to learn things, and I think having that kind of mindset really puts you on a higher pedestal because you're there for growth. And if it's
Mm,
something that you like doing, I think that's good.
mm.
Unless you keep making the same mistake, then that's a different story.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How about you, Justin? Do you have like any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I got two. One is, uh, I had this like work meeting with my boss when he went to the country because he lives in Singapore. So I'll never forget that because I felt the rush I did when I was taking my thesis with it was a collab with the game dev course because my thesis is solo usually, but we were making a game. So
Mm,
I was brainstorming with them. I'm like, can we do this? And like they would tell me the limitations now. We don't know how to code that because we were still students. So with my boss, I was just throwing ideas because he was asking me. He invited me because I usually think of the design, like what we can do, how can we tie it in. with our current code base, I have so far I have the experience to sort of comfortably navigate with our current mini games, current engine, right? So I would just spitball, and the cool thing was, since he's the boss, he's the technical director, he would just tell me, "No, that would be too much for coding. It could be done, but it would take a lot of math to calculate. Like, oh, I didn't know that's how it works in the back end. I thought it was simply this and that." So that was like I was back and forth. I've never felt that exhilaration so far because he was like the guru. He's like one of the top coders in Southeast Asia. So and
Oh,
I get to be like just
Wow.
thinking of ideas and like, would it be cool if this character did this, but it would also be funny if in the background. And some of them actually got implemented because he liked the idea. So it's really nice. Like it didn't just stop there. He didn't just shut me down. Some of my ideas actually made it the game, and
Great.
he had the other coders like, oh, Justin thought of this idea. So hey man, do it like this. He'll say something like fix the alpha, put down the shades, like I don't know what those mean. Tho-
Yeah.
those they're gonna say jargon that only the coders understand in Unity, but then I just see like from my sketch, from my little caveman napkin sketch, and then on the with art assets, and then the code, it looking buttery smooth on the engine. Like that was fulfilling. So that's one extreme scenario that currently we're doing that right now. So that was fun. He always gives me a space for my ideas. He actually values, like he asked me like, "Hey Justin, you have any ideas on how we can do this?" So our relationship has involved relationship. Yeah. So that's the current setup. The other dream setup I have yet to experience, but I've only seen in like dev diaries on YouTube, is just to be in, I wouldn't say vacuum because I'm working with other artists, but just working in an art department in a triple A setup
yeah.
where I remember in the God of War 1 diary, they were like, oh no, I think it was God of War 3 because they were figuring out how the Titans would work. Like they told the artists, guys, don't worry about how we can do it technically. Just draw stuff. Just make it look cool and nice, and we'll figure out the tech side later. So that's back then. If you guys know about God of War 3, they were in the first opening. Their arena was a moving object. It was a titan. So that was the arena. You were fighting on the shoulder of Gaia, and then you would
Yeah.
progress up.
The intro.
So
Yeah.
like, and then in the background, everyone's Gaia's climbing Mount Olympus, and then the other titans, you can see them in the distance also climbing. So how did they do that technically? But then at the time, they didn't know how they were going to do it yet. But then it started with the artists and the other creatives throwing ideas. So I want to feel that. I wanna see how I'd perform if I was unburdened, quote unquote, with like having to worry about gameplay and technology and just like let my imagination fly. So I wanna know how that feels
Hmm.
wielding that
And
much power.
that
Yeah.
reminds me of what my boss told me to do as well, to
Oh.
actually play the game. You know, to play the
Oh.
game, play the demo that we're doing, to understand fully what you're doing, because it also means that you'll also understand each individual's work. You know, everyone who works in the company, from the coders to the UI designers and all that jazz. You know, it makes you understand how much work they also put into this, so you're not the only one who's passionate in making the game work out, and whatever your artwork is. You know, you're not the only one who's putting in so much love and effort in that single background you're doing. And you know, with that, it kind of makes you understand how to elevate your artwork inside the game as well, because you know the nuances and you know the little things that you should look out for, like, oh, I can't go beyond this place because
Yeah.
there is maybe a UI there, maybe the characters don't really go to that place, so maybe I don't need to bother adding more details there. Maybe I should put the details somewhere else. And you know, I think that's a place where we should honestly thrive as well. You know, the people who are with us also understand how each individual does their own job. So yeah.
Yeah, one thing that I also want to like share is like, let's say, like what Red just described. I have like and what Justin also described, like something that makes your work more fulfilling is, I had this one experience where I was like, making art for it, like for this game. Then I think that sense of fulfillment and collaboration uh like made it made me like feel uplift, is when like I saw this one artwork that I did animated, and it was like so
Oh,
cool. I'm like,
yeah. Oh man, that is true.
we
That
did
is true.
that.
Yeah.
That looks sick. Oh my god! And you can like praise the animator and the devs, and you guys would be like praising each other, like, yeah, hell yeah, we did that. That's
You
cool,
did that.
right?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
I think that's also one of the things that you would feel in a team where everyone's collaborating and working really hard together, even though there are some issues here and there, and we still fix it. Like
Mm.
we will fix it, right? Especially,
Mm.
it would be really shit if you did make a game, but you, you hate everyone. It doesn't feel good, right?
Mm.
Think that's the case for some studios. I mean, I've seen it. Yeah, I mean, I think they get heated, especially during crunch season, or
Yeah,
people start getting really pissy because of sleep deprivation. But they still
yeah,
make the game. But they sometimes hate their own gods. But again, you gotta remember, it's just work. Don't take it too personal if you can help it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
think,
got a couple. Oh yeah, go
yeah,
you
yeah,
first. You first.
no, I'm just like going to
Oh no, because
say
we have
random
a
stuff.
question
Oh yeah.
from YouTube. Jillian's asking you. I think she's
Oh,
asking you, Raf. Uh, is it possible that you're going to establish your own studio in the future?
Yeah.
maybe in like 20 years, but I do have some thoughts about it, but I'm too young and I don't have enough experience. So maybe one day I do want to make my own games, or even like help people make their own games. Maybe one day, but not today. Maybe when maybe like 50 or something.
Yeah, but what are
Um,
your thoughts on Stardom Young though?
Well,
if you've got the
I don't have the
capital,
money. I don't have the money. Maybe we
Eh,
could like set up like a Kickstarter or something and make like one.
I think someone's doing that right now. Balete
Oh yeah.
City. Yeah,
We were
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about that.
Oh yeah, right. We can do that, but we're gonna have to show progress, or else people are gonna call us scammers.
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
no.
we're, we're gonna have to actually work on it, or people will call us out.
That's why I
We
was asking
actually
you
have to
about
work
that.
on it.
I was asking about Justin earlier. I was like, do you know any games that's like story based single player that has Philippine cultures in it? And he said like Baleta City. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. But I think
You
like
guys should check out Lost and Found. Have you guys not seen
Oh
that
yeah,
other
yeah.
indie
I've
game?
seen
Yeah,
that.
right.
I've
That was
seen
pretty
I've
that.
good.
seen that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I
How
want to
was
play
that?
that.
Was that kickstarted? How was that funded?
Why I'm actually not sure, but I think you can wishlist it now, so just to support our fellow artists and
I
game devs right
I
there.
think I
So.
didn't. I think he didn't have any funding. I'm not sure who made it or what's their gender. Just to be clear, but
Just
but
to be clear,
I know they did it alone without any funding. That's what I know.
Yeah,
what a
wasn't
passion
that
project.
just one person who
Sheesh.
did everything?
Yeah,
What
that's
about that
Yeah.
crazy.
pixel art game? Do you guys don't remember that other pixel art game? The
By
2D side scroller that's
Uh,
also
until tomorrow?
local.
until
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
I don't remember the title, so I can't help you. But yeah,
Until
that's
then?
another Filipino game.
yeah,
Until
until
then,
then,
yeah.
Mm.
By Polychroma Games. Yeah,
yeah.
I have a short story. I tried to apply before, like during college. I didn't get in. Polychroma, but yeah, they're killing it. So help support
Hell yeah.
I know,
Filipino
right?
devs.
They
Yeah,
did really good on that. I'm glad they're
yeah.
doing really well.
Yeah, to our overlord overseeing this podcast. When are we making our game?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, if you're
there's
there,
our angel investor, Mr. DJ Lumpia.
yeah.
If if
Soon
Jalen's
he
asking,
is working out the kinks in developing. So I'm just
oh
here
yeah,
for the
yeah,
brains and the ride. Let it
yes, let it ride. Let it ride.
alright.
If you're hearing this, JS, we don't want to make our own game. Maybe.
yeah, maybe
Maybe.
that's where this whole podcast topic comes to comes to what's the word, whatever, but yeah, it comes to to show whatever. So we'll collaborate and have the best time of our lives, although we're not multinational at the moment. I think we're pretty different characters here and there, so I think yeah, we'll
Mm.
learn from each other. The
Brushpoint Studios coming soon.
Brushpoint Studios coming
I'm
soon.
still waiting for that. I've been asking for 3 years.
Thank you, Jillian, for opening this can of worms with that question.
No.
So yeah, there's the answer. So whether Raf starts his own studio or JS will go ahead and start Brushpoint Studios, that's yet to be seen. We have another question. What do you mean artists should learn about the technical side of work? I don't know who this is directed to, but I guess we can all
In
pitch
general,
in.
yeah, yeah.
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 How about you, Red? What does that mean for you?
I guess that was tied to what I was saying earlier of playing the game and also trying to understand the limitations of
The tech.
the people, yeah, the tech and who you're working with, because they might you might have the best idea, but if it's not feasible and it breaks the game, then it's not really a good idea. So I think it's always best to know a little bit of the technical side just to also understand and communicate with each other better, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah.
One of the things my boss would shout at us when we were still interns was, "Play your damn game,"
Yeah, play the damn game.
because we were just like, I don't know. I think it was just a cult. No, I won't say culture, but like it was just funny how us interns would just take what was written on the art
Yes, it
art
was
needs
written.
slide and then
Mhm.
like just make the assets without really understanding why we're cutting things this way and why we're setting it up this way, because if once they put it in the engine, once it's implemented by the programmer, you'll see how it works and why they're so anal about keeping things clean, no stray pixels, because when it does, it affects the hint because of the highlight, makes a halo, and then you're gonna see it somewhere else. So there, playing the game and actually knowing how your art fits into it, it's a game changer because you'll be more conscious when you make art next time instead of going back and forth. You'll think ahead like, oh, okay, the game engine is gonna sort of obscure this because of the UI bar, so I shouldn't put anything there, right?
Mm,
Or it's gonna
exactly.
occlude this. Yeah, yeah. So you gotta know why and why you're doing it. What are the technical limitations? You might be doing something with low opacity, but then I learned this from my
Yeah.
programmer. Like, oh, Unity doesn't do well with like z- uh, not
Transparent.
anything that's not 100% opacity.
Yeah.
So the cheat, there's a workaround. I also learned this from the programmer was you're gonna make a new layer on top or below of the layer that's like 50% opacity or whatever, 69% whatever, and then you merge it so it's gonna pop up as 100% opacity, but it's still transparent, slightly transparent. So those are some tips and tricks that you learn from the communicating with the programmer, right? Instead of him
Yeah.
just like trying to break his back make the code work, because you'd be surprised how much assets can get fucked up because of the setup of the artist, and then the poor programmers spending hours trying to do a workaround when you could have fixed it in Photoshop after like a few clicks, right? So that's that's one way you can look at it, and knowing that why it's important knowing the technical side. And lastly, how about you, Raf?
You guys actually just said everything.
There we
Yeah.
It's
go.
the same thing. But I do have like a funny example on something similar to what Justin said because we had this problem before where our programmers have been working on this problem for 3 months, and we
Oh,
did it in one day. We just
what did
did
you
it in
do?
one day because they didn't tell us. They're like, "Oh, we've been trying to fix this for 3 months," and we're like, "But we can just do this in one day, and it's all done." So guys, communicate. That's all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Communicate, communicate.
Communicate,
Please.
indeed.
In terms of communication, on the topic of communication, Jillian is asking a follow up. How do you think can you communicate with your teammates at work? You send them a message. Oh no, do
You
you work
converse. Like
convert?
I think what I've also learned from other and not non-Filipino people I work with is just really say it. You won't hurt their feelings. You're in a workplace. Things need to be said. We need not to walk on eggshells. We're not gonna offend anybody, since what we're saying could help and will help the pipeline or whatever we're working on. You just have to really say it as it is. You don't have to uh sugarcoat it. You just mean what you say, and try not to be a dick about
Yeah.
Yeah, as much as you can.
it.
As long as you're not an asshole, then you'll be fine. Just tell them what you need, ask them what they need. It's gonna
Yeah,
be all good.
they
Yeah.
will communicate no matter what. You're part of the same uh work. you know Things need to get done, and
What
they
if
will be
you're an
happy.
intro? What if you're an
Learning.
introvert?
um Now is the time to learn not to be such a quiet person. I have done that, so I think I can attest to all introverts out there. I am very noisy online, but in person I'm pretty much in my little corner. But yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Here
can see
online you see me as my online persona, but if you meet me outside I'll be like, hello, all right, I'm gonna go now.
that. I can somewhat attest to that as well, because I say I like to talk to people, but like that's like max 20 minutes per person. Then I'm like,
My
I don't want to
battery
talk
is
anymore.
depleted. I want to go home and talk
Yeah,
to my
yeah, yeah,
dogs.
yeah. Same here. I'm like,
I think it's
I
different
don't
for
know.
everyone. Yeah.
Yeah,
Your social battery varies, right? For you
Mhm.
guys. Yeah. Uh, Jero Cascasero 28 is asking, if you make that studio in the future, can I apply? Lol, I'm
Oh hell
starving.
yeah!
Lol.
Anyone in the community can, of course, apply, and we'll
of
have a
course.
good time.
We'll have to
Yeah,
screen you though. Actually, wait, why am I saying we? The bosses will. I'm not. I'm just an employee here.
just ask JS.
Yeah.
Yeah,
DJ.
just
Have you
ask
watched
JS.
our podcast last season? All right, you're in.
It's not
No.
auto rejected.
So, are you a fan? Did you like our page? No, denied. So.
Denied. Do you follow me on Instagram? No, denied.
No, did you reply to me? Did you reply to my welcome message on Discord? Denied.
Whoa,
Just
whoa, whoa. We don't go there, bro. Whoa.
kidding. No, it's just a funny joke.
Yeah,
if you're
yeah,
if you want to know what I'm talking about, join our Discord server and I'll welcome you there. All right. Next question. Follow up again by Jillian. In the future, if given the chance to lead a team, will you do it and how? I mean,
Well, you
I
do it,
guess
Raf.
Oh, it's
yeah.
me. To be honest,
Oh
I
no.
I really want to lead a team, but
Mm.
I've realized that um what I notice is leading is not just going to be how you make the whole art from your team be more concise and fits the project that you're doing, but it also has to do with a lot of other things in the business side. And like there are some corporates or some studios that are very corporate,
Hmm.
so they do have those kinds of responsibilities when you are a team lead, like KPIs, strategies.
KP,
Oh,
I'm like,
KPIs.
I
KPIs.
don't want to
Didn't
do
even
that.
hear that. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
like, I don't
KPI.
want to do that. So maybe in the future, but not now. I still wanna draw. How about you guys? I wanna know if you guys want to lead the team.
I've
Who did
always
you have?
wanted and dreamt of leading a team until I saw how to actually lead one, and it's not for me. I think I don't have the balls to say, "Oh, that actually sucks. You need to work on it a little bit more." I have a hard time trying to, I guess, lead it in a better direction. Like even in games, in my experience, I try to be the, I guess, the IGL in the game, where I try to lead team to victory, but somehow I can't control the teammates I have and make it work. I mean, it's a learning process that I have to work on some more. So I mean, in the future for sure, I really want to lead an art team and really make something great out of it. I like the collaboration part. I like to think that I have enough knowledge to actually also teach them to become better. So I think that's the most important part of it that I want to do, is to teach and uh, make them learn, and also hand in hand, also me learn from them. So yeah.
How about you, Justin?
Oh man. I have already before, and I got anxiety. I was really scared. Like I was. It's different. Yeah, you're leading the team, but you also have a boss like breathing down your neck. With what you do, so the pressure is there,
Yeah.
expectations are there, and I honestly don't want to go back to it. But maybe it'll be different in other like cultures. But yeah, I got through it. My I thought I didn't do a good job, but my bosses seem to think otherwise. Maybe I'm too critical. I don't know. But they said it wasn't really my fault for how the game performed. It's just how the industry is. Like, oh, thanks. Uh, I didn't know what I was doing, but I was just trying to stay afloat and like stay on the. When you're leading a team, the deadlines are like something you really have to hit. Like those
Mm.
die. You really gotta hit those milestones, and that's what kills people with anxiety. Um, I've seen how that affects other teammates that have come and gone in our studio. Uh, Somehow I survived, but yeah, they really didn't. Like some of them did not enjoy having that responsibility, so it's really different. Uh, However, in the future, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say like become a game director or something because I think that's too ambitious. I have
Never say never.
ideas for the rest. I'm not saying never. You know, if it's there, I'm gonna probably vomit with anxiety. But I mean, one of my idol game directors, like Cory Barlog, he didn't think he
Mm.
was ready, but David Jaffe thought he was ready. The director of God of War 1 thought Cory Barlog was perfect to correct God of War 2. Just from a conversation they were talking about, I think it was about Max Payne. I forgot.
Mm.
Yeah, how they I think they were like I think he was Cory Barlog was nerding out about Max Payne and how they were like doing like expressing the gameplay through they're expressing the narrative through the gameplay and like how that's very important. So just from that conversation, the director David Jaffe is like, yeah, you're ready to be the next game director. So you never know, like maybe if you're just being passionate enough and the right people listen and like hear you be passionate about that, they'll give you the opportunity to lead your own game. So
Yeah.
and yeah, you're not just like looking for it. So but I don't want to like pressure myself to like reach that goal. I just want to draw to, but also I want to influence the game. Like I wouldn't want to just be a contractor that does this. I want to actually influence the narrative
Yeah.
beyond the creative, beyond the artistic side of it. I want to experience that as well, like suggesting story beats, set pieces. But yeah, those are like really big goals. So Yeah, not anytime soon. I don't think like I'd be open to it, but like I don't think I'm good enough for that. I've only been in the industry for 3 years.
Yeah,
I'm a baby
Yeah, I
considering.
need to learn to be more
yeah,
firm
same
as
here.
well and know what I
Mm,
actually want and to
mm,
be a better uh, leader, I guess.
I think being an athlete takes a lot of skill,
It does.
experience, and being able to like manage teams, manage the team dynamics, handling different cultures, and it's hard, but I think it would be fulfilling.
So that was ours. Sorry.
I heard that. I was like, we don't have a
My
truck
bad.
here. We don't have a road here. What the fuck?
Neighbors do that at this hour every single time, every single day. I
Sorry.
mean,
But yeah,
Oh man, when you said athlete, like I think I misunderstood the question.
like
You're asking.
being a leader.
no,
Yeah,
no, no. Being a
Okay,
leading.
I'm
you're right,
projecting.
right?
My
No,
subconscious.
no.
Oh,
It's
he really
fine.
wants to be an
I
art
was
director. He talked
wrong.
about
I
directing.
was
So
wrong.
directing is also leading. So
Okay, I
either
see.
or,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
the same. It's
Yeah.
leadership. You know.
Okay, okay. Oh, speaking of which, this is gonna be off topic, but like we're nearing the end. Like I have
yeah.
like this it's been brewing in my head. Like I wanna do like an art house horror Filipino uh movie game. Movie or game or TV series. Whether well, no, I think TV series would be nice so it can breathe. But like I want it to be like really like it's not just jump scares and horror, like it's really psychological horror.
Yeah.
So maybe like on that we can end on that, like manifesting on our like specific dream projects or team structures. Because I have like if you guys have played Alan Wake 2, like what if we did that with like our mythologies and like urban legends? That'd be cool, right? So maybe in the
So cool.
future. I don't know yet. Maybe technology will advance like
Pro-
so good like you could do that your whole you can become the pipeline like if you have like
You're
the
the
plugins
pipeline.
you are the pipeline you can be you can publish your own games right now because right now people can publish their own animation. I saw a video from Aaron Blaze like now's the best time to be an animator because with the internet they didn't have the internet back then because so you
Yeah, of
once you
course.
did something you didn't know if you could produce it and like have it made public, right? But now we have the internet. You can just put it on YouTube or Vimeo or Instagram, right? So maybe game dev tech will develop wherein you can just make your own game even though you're just one guy. I think in graphic design they kind of can do that now with Figma, like with web design. Back then you'd work on the front end and then you'd hire like a back end developer, but Figma helped bridge that gap. So maybe something like that can
Thank
happen
you,
with
Figma
games.
sponsor us.
Oh yeah, please. Oh, didn't Adobe buy Figma? Anyways, that's
Anyway,
we
okay,
Or
can
I
or
end
guess
on
we
that.
can have our final thoughts and prayers
Yeah,
now. Thoughts and things we want to say to
yeah.
our audiences here on our topic about adapting to different um, structures and cultures and working with a team.
I think I think we should end with where we started with Raf because he brought this topic to
Hell
our
yeah! All
laps.
right,
Yeah,
I think you should
yeah,
start.
yeah. But in terms of being a team, it's always communicate, being able to understand a little bit of how what kind of responsibilities your teammates have, and being able to be open minded to um how you work together, and being empathetic, and
Mm.
just understand where you're going, or if ever like issues arise, being able to have that kind of skill in communication and with people will take you in a like very very long in your career, especially in like company and studio environments. Just having those kinds of skill will also make you a better person, especially like you can just take that into different types of situation on how you handle other people. So yeah, that's all. It's all people, being us, being able to communicate our thoughts and understand each other.
What Raf said.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Yep.
do want to say something though. Like I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go back to what Justin said. What if in this game that you want to do, what if you do make a pitch about it? No, maybe
Pitch about what do you
pitch
mean?
about your game. No,
Oh, I need concept art to do that. Ah, I'm
exactly,
not done.
exactly.
I'm
But
not
yeah,
done the concept art.
that's all for me.
I think
Uh,
that will be all for us. Maybe you can end it, Justin.
Yeah, yeah. So if you want to see more and possibly help vote for the next topic, or just chat it like, hey guys, can you talk about this? Join our
Yeah.
Discord in the link down below. Leave a comment. Or just if you want to ask Ralph questions like, hey
Like
man,
and
can you
subscribe.
help me up my illustration and my perspective game? Ralph's really good perspective. He was teaching me this morning.
That was just basic. That was just basic perspective.
I know it's really embarrassing. I need a little basic perspective.
I don't know complex perspective, bro. But yeah,
So
I'm
Yeah,
yeah,
you
always
can catch
open.
Rap live in our Brushpoint lounge almost every single day, or every single day for the past 2 weeks, I think. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah,
once you select new
then I'll
people,
disappear for the next 3 weeks.
No.
because his battery's out, social
Yeah.
batteries can be drained.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, feel free to join us. Catch us on your socials, which are also gonna. I read you're gonna put Raf socials down below,
Hell
right?
yeah. But you can also
Yeah.
plug it right now if you want to.
Oh, go Raf. Plug in your socials.
I'm not on YouTube, so can you guys plug it for me?
No, you can just say it.
Okay. You can follow me on ArtStation Raphael Carizo, and I'm always active on Facebook, so you guys are free to like add me if you want. But
Yeah.
just be aware that I just share memes, but you can talk to me there,
Yeah.
right?
Send
And
him
yeah,
brain rot. So,
yeah,
Oh my
I'll
goodness.
I'll I'll haha react to it.
every single time. Hell yeah.
All right, and we can end it there. Direct Lumpia, do the honors. So see you guys. Thanks for joining
Thank you
us.
guys. Thank you
Yeah.
for listening.